Well, I've been talking about showing my game room down in the basement for a while, so why not show off today? Got some gamer stickers up on this beam, and let's bring it on down to our Calyx shelving with my consoles all on them. So we got a CRT television here, and we got a bunch of switches. Every console is hooked up and able to be played. You just have to press the correct switches to get them hooked up on this television. So we've got the NES, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, GameCube. Then down here we've got the Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast. We've got the original Xbox, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 Slim, and the original Wii. That's got a hard drive on top of it because it's modded, so I can basically play anything on that Wii. These consoles all were the kind that hooked up to a CRT like this, so that's why I've got those there. Additionally, I have an Atari 2600, a ColecoVision, and then over here, I'll bring it this way, we've got the Tower of Power. It's another Sega Genesis, but it also has a Sega 32X and a Sega CD. And of course, for visual effect, I've got the Game Genie with Sonic and Knuckles with Sonic 3. And then down here, I have a Panasonic 3DO. So where do I store all the controllers for this? Well, turn around, and they're on this wall right here. You just come over and you can pick one up. You pick the Nintendo 64 right here, PlayStation 5, Dreamcast, etc. And then the games I store over here. So this side are the more modern games. Also just a little touch on the plugs here. So, you know, I've got my Xbox 360 games and Xbox One games at the end. There's not many Xbox One games that I've got. And PS3 into PS4. And then PS5, Switch, and some PC games. And then some old duplicate consoles I have. Just kind of storing them there. The top shelf is old VR. PS3, Kinect 360. For effect, I've got this poster of the awesome 80s movie, The Wizard. If you haven't seen it and you want to look at an 80s movie, go ahead, check it out. And then my old games are all here. So we've got Atari 2600 games over here, into Sega Master System, NES, Super NES, Genesis and 32X, Sega CD, 3DO, Sega Saturn, PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64, Dreamcast, PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, Wii, Wii U. And then I've got some action figures from Final Fantasy VII that also are, right behind them are some Gunlight style games. I got some portables over here, PSP, PS Vita, 3DS, DS, Game Boy Advance. I even have Final Fantasy II for the Wonder Swan, only available in Japan. And I don't have a Wonder Swan. Here's our other consoles I do have. Oh, here's the Final Fantasy VIII action figures. Zell here will not stand up no matter how much I try to make him stay. So he's just taking a nap. Original Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Pocket, the Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS, Sega Game Gear, Sega Nomad, PSP, and PS Vita. And then I've got up there a little light that actually can pulse in RGB colors. And that is the setup that I have. I've got the Wii sensor bar right there. I've got a VCR with some old school stuff down here. So we've really got the retro experience and some gaming books. And then if we step over to the other side of this basement, we've got the modern home theater area. So right over here, that's my Jordans, my collection of Jordans. But I've got a mini fridge and some controllers. I've got some modern day headsets down there. I actually have some CDs and DVDs and all kinds of movies down there. But I have a PlayStation, PSVR 2, Nintendo Switch. There's the original PSVR. Down there I've got the Wii U, the Xbox Series X, PS5, and then down here I've got the PS4 Pro, PS3 Slim. Oh, that's the PS4 Pro. Sorry, that was the PS4 original. And then I've got the minis, the mini NES, mini Super NES, mini Genesis, mini PS1, and there's a switcher down there. So I've got that over there. There's a television in the corner that came with the house. It's just really cumbersome to get out, so I haven't yet. But yeah, so this is sort of the game room area. Right there is my office. So I can work at that desk and have television on or something like that. And then this is the overall game room. I've got a chair and a half right there in front of the television. Yeah, so this is my little setup for when I'm working. I got some more little action figures down there. Let's see, I've got TLC and Mario. And then of course I've got Vivi from Final Fantasy IX. And then I've got Eazy-E, Tupac, and Ice Cube. And so yeah, that's my, that goes outside. That goes directly to my backyard. But that's my little basement, office, home theater, game room. Those are some televisions I'm trying to get rid of right there.